Doing 900. So 900 feet per second. The new Hades 357. Not bad at all. Had two in the same hole at 60. Jesus. Yeah, these are winners already, bro. At 900 and dead on. Now what's crazy, I'm not even sighted in for these, and they 77 grains, so they way lighter than JSB's. Dead on bullseye.
All right, we've just seen the Hades group at 60 yards. Here is the Predator Polymags at 60 yards. In all honesty, guys, they group the same. They're the same accurate. Best group to best group that you can get out of 10 groups, they shoot the same. So again, JSB Hades accuracy wise are a hit.
Hey guys, before we get to the next portion of the video, I'd like to take a quick second to ask for you guys' help, for support. Support this channel by clicking the affiliate link down in the description of this video. You can pick up cool merch from Predator Pellets, and the donations go towards helping this channel. They go towards Predator Pellets. They go towards JSB Pellets, which we know are the best pellets, and so are Predator Pellets. And it also goes towards yourself. By picking up that cool merch, man, you'll look fantastic. Like me. Thanks, guys.
Let's take a look at Ballistics Gel Performance. I know you guys like seeing that, so let's go ahead and get that going. One thing I want to add with the Hades in bigger calibers such as the 30 and 357 is the whole head of the pellet does not peel back and create like these, you know, dramatic claws upon expansion or anything like that. It's actually the little corners of the biohazard emblem is what actually peels out from the pellet, and it creates basically a propeller look to the head of the pellet, and they do cut. This is where a lot of the damage is coming from in the 30 and 357. It's actually that part peeling back. So watch it now at impact. Boom. We're going to take a look at a steel, and you can see the striations in the target as it's spinning around. That's those petals cutting. All right, next up is the infamous 357 Predator Polymag. Let's take a look. Devastating. Let's go ahead and take a look at the steel. And in the steel, you will notice there's a funnel with the red tip, and then the funnel starts again. Typical of polymags, because the ballistic tip actually works. It does what it's supposed to. It breaks off during expansion.
All right, guys, let's check out the aftermath and the results of the Predators versus the JSB Hades. As you can see here, I got some light for you guys. I got a pocket knife to dig out the pellets, and I got a measuring tape. Let's go ahead and make this quick. Scroll down, and here we have the ballistics gel. You guys just saw it shot. Here you have the use my knife as a pointer. Right here you have the Hades, you have the polymag, and another polymag. Right here with the JSB Hades, you have 8 1/4 inches from the end. With this polymag, we have roughly, where is it? We have roughly 8 3/4, right on the tip. 8 3/4. All right, guys, let's go ahead and retrieve the slugs and see how they expanded. Actually, let's go here. right to the projectile. Ooh. All right. So as we take these out, let's all remember ballistics, external ballistics. What happens to the projectile as it's traveling down range once it leaves the muzzle? As we all know, every projectile in the world slows down as it leaves the muzzle of a gun, any type of gun. So at muzzle, these pellets are doing 900 feet per second. At 50 yards, I'd have to put up a number somewhere here, and I'll tell you how fast they're going according to their BC, because the BCs are totally different. But just remember, we are losing velocity. So we're not starting out with a lot of speed. We're actually, 900 is, you know, you're looking at 45 ACP speed. That's pretty, it's decent for an air gun, but it's not that fast. And the point being behind that is because we don't start with a lot of speed, lead projectiles or even copper projectiles are meant to be pushed fast to deform the metal, which is lead and or copper over lead. So since we shoot somewhat pure lead, in order for these to have maximum effect, they need to be pushed fast enough to have some sort of expansion. So that's something I want to start getting through everybody's head is when people say for years now, why do you guys worry about speed, da 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 da? Well, what's the point in shooting a hollow point if you're not going to push it to somewhat of a reasonable speed? You might as well stick with flat points or domes. I personally like the shock effect of hollow points, whether they expand or don't. They still have more impact than a flathead, which people can argue all they want. It's my opinion too. So my opinion is I take a hollow point over a flathead for expansion, but for penetration, obviously you want a flathead and or a round nose depending on what you're shooting. Most game, nothing wrong with the flathead, nothing wrong with the hollow point. It just depends. But just remember, most of your hollow points are going to have somewhat of a slower BC. They can somewhat be affected by wind possibly, and they do slow down a little bit faster. So let's move to recovering the tip. There we go. That's from this one. All right, let's get some calipers and take a measurement of expansion. These did expand. Let's take some measurements. All right, guys, got my Hornady calipers set on 0. We're going to start with the Hades. Let's see, roughly about 430 on one side. So I want to kind of get an average. 430, yeah, 443, 423, 423 to 43 is 20, half of 20 is 10, the middle is 430. So yeah, you're still looking at about 0.430 expansion. So that's pretty good. The one that shot a little closer to the edge, let's go on the flatter side, 0.376. So we know they did expand because there should be no more than 357 at the head. Widest point, 388. Let's get a measurement right here. All right, you go, 406. So there you go. That's not bad. Little thing about lead, the metallurgy and ballistics is you got to have speed to make a lead bullet crush, whether it be round nose, flat nose, or hollow point. You have to have enough speed. Starting at 900 feet per second at the muzzle and having a BC of basically 0.45 or 0.045 or 0.05 is just not a lot of BC. That when you're shooting 100 yards, you are not going to make these things come all the way down here and turn themselves inside out. Now, if we're shooting, let's say something at 35 yards or 25 yards, yeah, you probably would get really good expansion, because at 900 start, you probably would still have 860 somewhere in there as an impact speed at 25 yards. But this is a 50-yard test, so I'm pretty sure we're down into the high 7s somewhere, but I'll put a number up. All right, guys, that's it. That does it. What do I think about the Hades? I mean, they perform, dude. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. In 357, with expansion like this versus this, my personal preference, I would take the Hades over the Polymag just based on the expansion. This one, definitely at the same speeds and at the same distance of impact, this opened up bigger. Period.
That concludes part 1 of the JSB 357 cal Hades testing. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be field testing. Here's an upcoming preview.
105 yards, 9.1 mils, or 9.25 mils. Center can.